Hey everyone. So the topic for today's video is why European cars are a great value proposition. And I happen to have a lot of experience with this because like I mentioned in some earlier videos, I've spent a lot of my driving years in European vehicles. So I've spent upwards of 100,000 miles in these cars, several years and across different makes. So I feel like I'm pretty well versed in this arena. And actually, for the majority of the cars that I've owned, I have never spent more than $25,000 on a single car. And so a lot of the cars that I was purchasing were heavily depreciated luxury vehicles. And so, for one, I think these cars are a great value proposition because when compared to Japanese cars or even domestic vehicles, I think people just take care of these cars better, quite frankly. I can't tell you how many times I've ever heard someone say, oh yeah, it's a Honda, it's a Toyota, doesn't need shit and don't need any type of maintenance at all. And when it comes to European cars, on the other hand, at least for the people that care about these cars, I've heard way more of them. Even just the average European car owners say, yeah, it's been okay as far as reliability is concerned. I've had to take it in a couple times to the shop, gotten a couple things replaced, and so I think pound for pound, average for average, you're just going to get more maintenance from someone who owns a European car. People just tend to take care of European vehicles as a whole. Because if you think about it, logically speaking, someone who buys a European vehicle, whether it be a Land Rover, a BMW, Mercedes, if you're buying a vehicle from the Europeans, then chances are you don't just want an A to B appliance, right? Whereas if you're buying something like a Toyota, a Honda, you're the kind of buyer who's looking for more of an appliance type of vehicle. What does that mean? That means you don't really put as much thought and care into the vehicle. That's not to say all Toyota and Honda owners don't give a fuck about their cars, but I'd say on average, right? People who own BMWs and Mercedes, Land Rovers, the cars that they purchase, they aspire to purchase them. And so when you're aspiring to purchase something, of course, you'll take care of it a bit more, right? And again, I'm speaking on average here, okay? I'm not saying all BMW owners and all Toyota owners are this or that. I think it's more of a generalization, right? On average. I think the second reason why European vehicles are a great value proposition is because of the tech, right? European vehicles, they've been known to kind of like push the boundaries and propel the car forward, right? They release technologies that are cutting edge. And so things like adaptive cruise control, heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, air suspension, blind spot monitoring. These are technologies that were introduced by European car manufacturers, 20 plus years ago, back when it was seen as a luxury. And so 20 years ago, these things were cutting edge, whereas these days, it's kind of just a standard feature for a lot of modern cars. And so what that does is it creates kind of a pretty sweet depreciation curve where, you can still purchase European cars at affordable prices in today's economy, at least. The third reason why European vehicles are a great value proposition is because of the general fear factor, right? I think what happens is a lot of the population, a lot of the people who are looking to purchase cars, the average buyer doesn't know too much about cars. And so when you tell them that hey, like this, you know, the BMW B58 engine is a reliable car, they're kind of more inclined to say, well, it's still a BMW, right? And so what happens is there's kind of a fear factor around a lot of these European car manufacturers, and that's a good thing, because that ends up driving prices down, right? Like if you do an apples to apples comparison, for example, you can purchase a 2020 BMW 3 Series, maybe like a 340i with the B58 engine, which is quite reliable, for mid-20s to high 20s and low 30s. Whereas the same year, 2020 Toyota Camry, that's still fetching mid-20s, right? Still fetching high to mid-20s. And so what this ends up doing is, because people are so scared of these cars, the depreciation curve is much steeper, and so you can get bargains and steals at much lower costs. The reason why European vehicles are a great value proposition is because the people who purchase these cars every couple of years, really what they're after is the latest and greatest thing, right? They want to be seen, they want to be known as the person who drives brand new European cars. Well, at the end of the day, a 4-year-old European vehicle, a modern 4-year-old European car, is probably just slightly below what's out in the market today, right? There isn't that much of a drastic difference. And so you can kind of take advantage of that delta. I'd say overall as a whole, I mean, if you're looking for a nice, comfortable ride, if you're a car enthusiast, if you just care about being driven in comfort and enjoying your driving experience, European vehicles are the way to go. Again, like I said earlier, a lot of times the people that purchase these cars, they're looking for something special, right? They want to drive something that invokes emotion within them. And so in doing so, they end up in European vehicles, and they're more inclined to take care of them, right? Because it's something that they strived towards. It's something that they lusted over, essentially. Whereas, you know, Hondas and Toyotas, they're seen as, you know, maybe some of the buyers love their cars, right? But for a lot of them, it's just an appliance. It's point A to point B. Whereas the people who drive European vehicles, they see it as more of, it's something more than that, right? It's special to them, means something to them. So that about wraps up today's video. Appreciate you for tuning in.